Time's up, Admiral.
Here it comes.
By the power of Grayskull!
I am dumping unlimited power into you.
It was one of the first James Bond movies I watched, so I have a bit of a connection to it. And
That's Dermot's excuse.
I don't give a fuck.
It was their first date, Adam. Shut up.
I will stop bringing it up. I don't give a fuck what that wannabe VTuber cunt wants to say. Okay, let me have my moment.
Imagine for a moment, if you will, being Adam's neighbor. You're sitting in your favorite easy chair. Maybe you got a cup of tea, and you're reading your favorite book, and out of nowhere, through the wall, you hear this: "Culturally appropriate my dick."
Dude, that's like a test of strength. That's not gay. That's like I'm gonna grip you. I'm gonna grip you harder than you grip me. We named zombies after you in that game.
Yeah,
rightfully so.
Yeah, I mean, they're these big fat bloaters that sun themselves and they just lay there.
Oh, those are the things that come out of my rainbow's ass.
Brothers and sisters.
Oh no!
I want you to gather around. I want you to gather around and understand that we are in a time of troubles. Know that a darkness has descended upon us, or one may call it a shadow has descended. A shadow that also hides fairy tale communism. And what you must know in order to battle this, that you must join together and understand that when the black man runs through Japan, it may be gay, but it's okay because it's non-binary. And when the hairy-backed, unibrowed, fairest of them all, when she says we can all share in our daily tributes, you must understand that it's okay because she's a half-breed and she hates herself. You must understand that when she says she's the fairest of all, it's because deep down inside she suppresses her whiteness, and that's okay. And that when you are creeping across the tops of the roofs across Japan, and you peek in the window and see that man being sodomized,
wow,
you must understand that it's okay because it's in a video game. And if you are a chud, you must cry hard. And remember, when we get through these dark times, through these shadows, and we leave the communist propaganda behind, when you are out with your family, walking through town, stay away from the pizza joints because you never know when the throat goat may be there. Look around, you can understand that throat goats are among us, and they will tempt you with the pizza. But do not listen to them, for they will not deliver on the promises that they make. That is why they are throat goats.
Come.
And then when I'm holding hands with Dermy, it's going to be worse. I did that. I've done that. I have the video here.
Just think of that. You're going to be holding his hand and think about what that hand's been holding. Technically, you touched Dermy's penis.
I want to blow him up. Let me blow him up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Take it.
There we go. All better now. Man, titties are the greatest things on earth.
I need to update that.
After that cloud stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think I want to. I think I am gonna. I haven't made the edit to that yet. I'm very lazy these days because at first I have to go to, since it's not my own video, I have to actually go to Dermy's stream. I have to turn it on. Got to record it separately. Usually, if it's my stuff, I've got it from my StreamYard library. So I can just download it and I can take my time. But no, I have to actually go back to the ball busters from the other day. I have to queue it up and get it, and then I have to do the edit stuff that I do to it. And I'm very lazy about that, especially when it's, like I said, when it's not in my own library. So I have to get around to that because I want to put that one in there because that was I was proud of that one on Friday. I really was.
It was a good one.
Yes, I was happy with it. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Mellow Mondays, where we just try to chill out, have a little relaxation, little conversation, and hopefully just have a nice chill time. It's not always like that, but we try our best. I was telling this to Bug before we got started. I was trying to take a nap this evening just to recharge my batteries, and every time I tried to drift off, something somewhere woke me up, ending with like the shrieking drill car noise outside. It's one of the worst things when you're really sleeping, then something that is unusual just snaps you awake, and you're freaking out. What the hell was that? What was that? And I hate that. It jars you completely. Anyway, we'll do the best we can tonight, though. I have some good starters, but let's say hi. Hi, Devil. How you doing? Welcome back.
I'm doing good. A little tired, but that's my usual state. So.
Yeah.
No. I understand that. I'm getting to that point where I'm starting to realize I need more sleep than I used to in some cases, depending on what I do during the week. And I get enough, but I could use a little bit more. But because sometimes I don't have insomnia, it just takes me a long time to get to sleep, as I've said in the past. I have to really work at it. So sometimes it just takes me way longer than I want to. And then I have it because of the afternoon stream. I've got a window. No matter what, I got to be up. I'll be up before a certain point to get ready for the show. So it is difficult at times, and I do the best I can. So I understand that. I could have used more sleep today, but last night I had to stay up because here's a bad thing. So I did it for the show today, but I did the review. But I had forgotten until the last minute to watch War of the Worlds 2025. Ice Cube thing.
Oh,
well, Kratos paid for the review, so he said I could do it today because I didn't have time on Friday, so I had to get it done for today. But now I realized, oh shit, with all the shit we were doing last night, I totally fucking forgot. So I turned it off.
I would refunded the money.
No. I honor my agreements. What I did was I jacked up to 1.5 times speed for an hour and a half movie. So I got through quickly, but here's the thing, and I said this in my review this afternoon. I jacked up to 1.5 speed, and it's as though they were talking normally. It's as though it wasn't sped up. So imagine at normal speed how slow everybody must have been talking, how slow they must have been moving for them to feel like it was normal at 1.5 times speed. That blew my mind last night because I got up, I turned it on, and I'm sitting there, and I realized, wait a minute, what's going on? And I got up and I checked, like, wait, yeah, it's at the speed. How come it feels like they're talking normally? And that movie was shit.
What it essentially was is a way. It was an advertisement. It was a big freaking Amazon advertisement. The whole from the drones that, like, I guess the footage said Amazon Air or Prime Air or whatever. The fact that the whole thing centered around Amazon Prime
data.
Yeah, and then they used all like bought freaking assets and stuff. Like the robots themselves, the aliens themselves look like they were like bought assets used in a cheap video game.
Oh, the whole thing felt like a video game. That is a comment I made.
Lame.
When you were watching it, it felt like a late 90s, early 2000s game where you're just communicating through everybody on screens in the game, and you're just pushing buttons to interact and have other people do stuff. You're just monitoring situation. That's what it felt like when I was watching it. So there's a point at the end of the movie where you mentioned it, the drone, the delivery drone that remember, this was made 3 years ago at the end, towards the end and during COVID. And they really thought that we were going to require their drone delivery because nobody was ever going to be able to be near anybody again. So it's going to be drone deliveries. Here they come. And they roll this thing out. It's this dinky little thing in the movie. And at one point, it crash lands, but it's only upside down. It needs to be turned over. First of all, that dinky little thing would not have survived.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
crashes near a hobo.
A hobo with a cell phone. A hobo with a cell phone.
Yeah, you don't have.
It's an
roof over his
Obama
head.
phone, guys. It's an Obama phone. It's free.
Oh, those Obama phones don't work no more. That's a long time ago. So they convinced the hobo to help him by giving him $1,000 of Amazon store credit.
It was
What's
so
the guy gonna put on his
lame.
fucking address?
I know.
Yeah, it's the lamest thing. It's like they made a commercial and they're all, how much do you want to spend on this commercial? Just make a movie instead, right? Just make a full length movie. Why do a commercial? We'll just make, and just stick Amazon through the whole damn thing. Like they would save the world. That's who's gonna save us from the aliens.
And it also didn't make any sense because at one point the aliens, when they're eating all the data out of everything, and they shut down the massively coordinated worldwide armies that have all coordinated like in minutes with each other to launch their attacks. Everything shuts down, but everything's still working. It just didn't make any sense. It was really dumb. And the baby daddy of Ice Cube's daughter, when she gets wounded within her leg and she pulls out the rebar that's in her thigh and she's bleeding out, and he gets there, he basically fixes it with packing tape. And he goes, I'm an expert. It was dumb. But the point is, so I had to watch that. So that's why I was up late last night. I was like, well, shit, I got to watch this. I won't have time in the morning. So that's why I was up late last night. And I managed to go see. But it was bad. But it's done. If you missed it on Daily Dive, I will be editing out and posting the chat. Maybe watch this review of War of the Worlds 2025 probably tomorrow because it's a thing. Hi, Bug.
Hey, yeah, you seem to have had a fun night, I guess. There, staying up for staying up for a terrible movie. I mean, it'd be one thing if it was like a good movie or show. Then it'd be like, yeah, you could say your night was enjoyable to a degree. But
I got paid. I got paid to do it. So I mean,
that's fair enough.
Softens it, yeah. So it's done. It's over. And now I look forward to whatever. I mean, I know Kratos has a whole list he's going through because he always asks me, have you seen this? Have you seen that? So I know he's making a list.
Yeah, he's making that list and checking it twice.
Just like I know Prof is going down a list of horrible games to make me play. Although he feels pretty bad that he wasn't the one that made me play party animals, that it was Dom. Just because Dom wants me to play it with them and Alf wants to play it with him, and Dom was one who made me do it. For all the stuff Prof made me play over the past few weeks, none of them caused me the pain that Party Animals did on Saturday night. None of them did. I hated every second of it, and I still owe 3.5 hours on that too for what they. Well, listen, between a couple of them, because here's the thing. Even though you can prepay the 30 minutes, but during a stream of that game, you can add on the minutes. You can add on, and they added on.
Damn.
And the problem is this, though. He realized suddenly the problem I now face. Now, it doesn't have to be done at once because we ran out of time. We'd already played for 3 hours at that point. It's like, okay, I still owe 3.5 hours. Okay, well, it'll have to be the next time we play it. But what's going to happen is the next time, they're just going to keep super chatting and Stream Element tipping more time on there. And it's never going to end.
You're stuck in a constant loop.
Yes.
I don't know.
Until I end the grift. Until I end that particular grift, I have no escape from Party Animals whenever they want to fire it up for a weekend.
I don't know if I should be really, really proud of Adam or like ashamed, but he has become the male version of an e-thought, right? Instead of writing his name on his chest, if you give him enough money, he'll just torture himself electronically.
I mean, there's at least some level of respect to it. He'll play. It's just like, he'll just play a game that he's not fond of, for X amount of time. It's not like he's, I'm gonna like take a shot of like pure absinthe or something, you know.
I ain't drinking that. I ain't drinking that yeast beer.
Yeah.
Oh God.
But yeah, so I mean, Kel was one of the worst ones Kel did was when we were playing Outlast. I was almost done, literally minutes away, and he slapped on another hour that time when we played Outlast 2. I was like, ugh. And now I was just hating that game because it was a frustrating game to play because my instinct is to attack and all I could do was run. So that was what's talking about that one. But no, the true pain and watching the stream, everybody could see just the soul crushing pain it was for me to play a game. I mean, Bug, I know you haven't played it, but Del, you've played Party Animals, right? You've played Party Animals.
Mm-hmm.
No,
matter how,
I've not played. I've never played it.
Yeah.
I've seen the gameplay though.
But Devil can understand this. Devil, no matter how hard you try to play well, the game defies what you want to do. And it's just this sloppy control mess. And that, as someone who likes to play a game with precision and skill, that was the crushingness of it. It's like, no matter what I do, these controls are jank and horrible, and I hate every second of it.
Yeah, you just essentially start throwing haymakers and hope you get lucky.
Yeah, I'm running around doing drop kicks and running charges. If I get a weapon, I just start spamming it around and around. I got multiple times was, Adam, we're on the same team. I don't care. I am agent of chaos.
It's one of those games where it's intentionally like funky to provide some weird level of chaos that people get an appeal out of, which, I mean, I could see why some people would like it. I've never really tried those.
Everybody else is having a great time. Everybody else have a great time. I was the only one who hated every second of it. And the thing is, that's what my chat tuned in for. Me being miserable playing it. And they're going to keep doing it to me. So I accept my fate. It's going to be that. And we're just going to have to live with it for the time being. Like I said, until I decide to end that particular grift, I'm locked in. Can't go anywhere. Because here's the thing also. I mean, we were talking about on the show earlier today that the way the show is structured, where the chat essentially does whatever they want through super chats and tips. If the show audience ever grows, it's not going to be feasible after a certain point. No matter how, with things coming in constantly, I would be here all day doing it. So the show will go through some changes eventually. But as it stands now, it does work, and they get their amusement. As Kratos puts it, my suffering sustains him. So. Is what it is. All right. So as I was saying, I don't have no articles tonight, no nothing. I have basically 4 conversation starters. One of them I will definitely be saving until Sam gets here. The other 3, though, we can get into those. But hail howdy, everybody in the chat. We hope you're having a nice Monday evening. We appreciate you joining us. Best way to show us right now is to hit that like button. Hit the like button. There is no grift for Mellow Mondays, so I don't have anything you can't really force us to do anything, because we took all that and put it on Daily Dive. But we'll start with this one right here. So remember probably a month ago, I think. It feels like a month ago. Maybe it's only 3. No, it's probably a month ago, the way the show schedule is now. Remember when we talked about He-Man?
Mm-hmm.
And we shared, okay, they're going to try, but we have fears. And there was maybe a shred of hope it might work. Well, I regret to inform you that I think that hope is gone, that they're taking it seriously when they cast Kristen Wiig as Roboto.
Oh boy.
Yeah. First of all, she's not funny. She never was funny, but it's not exactly a comedy role. But still, Roboto. It's a male character, even though it's a robot or a cyborg, whatever you want to call it. It's a male character, and it's going to be Kristen Wiig. It's probably going to have female, small robotic titties and all that kind of stuff, and this is a red flag to me. I see this and I hear red flag.
Roboto is one of the lesser known of the Masters of the Universe, so at least there's that. But if they're going to do it to Roboto, chances are they're going to do it to other characters. I doubt they're going to give us a massive male cast. And I think there's, except for Tila, is there any other?
We know that Idris Elba is playing Man at Arms. He's playing Duncan, but he's race swapped. So that's
obviously.
I mean, it's Idris Elba. Everybody says that's the acceptable race swap because Idris Elba's fun, but still.
If they're sticking with the storyline, then Tila's his daughter, so she would also be.
But she's Latina.
Black.
But she's Latina, played by a Latina chick who was on Riverdale.
Once again, they're making choices. They're going to trash their movie. They could make a movie that would sell to us, that we would go and see, that all of us, if it's good, would praise. Instead, they're like, hey, let's do what we've been doing so many times, fucking shit up. We haven't learned our lesson. This is pathetic. Well, they're going to chase the fans away.
And the fact that, I mean, Jared Leto is Skeletor. Ugh.
Yeah, that's a choice.
I mean, at least when we had the Dolph Lundgren He-Man, which was totally inaccurate. Let's not pretend that was accurate at all. At least he had Frank Langella as Skeletor, a real actor who could command gravitas and control the scene. But Jared freaking Leto, I'm sorry, that dude is a. If you like Jared Leto, fine. I think he's a joke.
Jared Leto is only really good in certain roles, and Skeletor to me just feels like one of those characters that I just don't think he could really do.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I mean,
I think he would go too far in one direction or another. Like either the super ridiculous, goofy Skeletor or the uber like super serious, almost bordering on edgy Skeletor. Like I don't think he could balance it.
Well, I mean, I didn't watch the first Suicide Squad movie. I'm sure, Bug, you did. I'm like,
yeah,
sure you did. His Joker was not good.
No, it was not. Like, I don't know what the fuck he thought his mindset was when he got on the Joker. Like, it was already bad enough that his design was shit.
Those tattoos were disgusting.
Like, I'd be fine with a tattoo here or there, but the choice of tattoos were stupid. The metal teeth thing, like the lack of eyebrows, the fucking hair just did not work right. And their idea for him was just
it was a lame freaking how they were trying to modernize Joker. It looked like freaking Joker meets Machine Gun Kelly. It was gay.
Yeah, it just did not work at all.
I put that out there. Can anybody tell me something that Jared Leto was in that he was really good at?
Man of War, Lord of War.
I never actually saw that movie. That's the Nick Cage one, right? That's the Nick Cage movie?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Or if I did, I saw part of it and I didn't watch the whole thing.
He was supposedly good in that Texas Buyers Club or whatever, but I never saw it. But supposedly played real well in that one.
What do you mean? How dare I? What do you mean? How dare I, Kel?
I mean, hey, if it's any consolation, that movie is based off the guy we traded Brittany Griner for.
Yeah. I'm not saying Lord of War is a bad movie. I'm just asking Jared Leto. I mean,
he was good in it. He was good in that because he was just a junkie, coke addict.
And you're playing off of Nick Cage, who goes 110% every time in every role. Nick Cage, in all the shit he's did, Nick Cage always comes in and will give you a performance, no matter what the movie is. Even during the movies he was making when he was trying to pay off his tax bills, he will give you 110%, no matter how cheesy or cringe it is. He will deliver, which is why Nick Cage is a good actor. He understands his craft, and he has a uniqueness to him. Have I seen? No, I have not, Kel. No, I have not.
No,
I've only seen a clip of Requiem for a Dream.
I've seen it. I just been a long time.
This sounds like something that could possibly cause me pain. Well, should we just probably going on a list now? There it is.
Just Jennifer Connelly.
But yeah, this He-Man is probably one of my biggest childhood things. I owned a ton of the action figures. I watched
So did
it, fanatically. It sucks that, like you said, these red flags, we already know they're going to fuck it up really bad. And it really sucks because we were really hoping that stuff was going to start getting turned around. And it seems like maybe we were wrong. Maybe they're still going to head down this road.
This is something stupidity. I think this counts as something that is a hanger on because it was in the works. It was already being done. The cast's already set in stone, already making it. So because this shit was done like a year ago. We're just seeing the bit of it now, the behind the scenes stuff or the announcements of who's in it. Because I hate it when they say has been cast. Motherfucker, she was cast 2 years ago. Shut the fuck up. She was cast 2 years ago. Don't tell me.
I would try anything to get her out of the contract because, like I said, all this coming out is just telling me I'm not going to go see this. I'm not paying to see this shit.
Well, it's I think, what is it? Netflix? I think it's Netflix.
No,
watch it on Netflix.
No, it's I think they're doing actual theatrical.
Let me check real quick. I don't remember.
I mean, it's so.
He-Man. Wait, no, goddamn it, wrong one. He-Man.
And the shitty thing is,
sorry, keep going. I'm looking at this. Keep going.
It's sad because they saw what happened with freaking what's his name's
Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith. Shit, I was like my brain farted there. Kevin Smith's thing that what happens when you go against a fan base that is loyal to a IP from their childhood that will go and see it if you make a decent one. And what happens when you kind of spin in that? He freaking essentially said, fuck you guys, I'm going to make what I want and you're just going to eat it. And everyone said, no, we're not. And look what happened. It was a complete flop, fell apart, and hurt him career-wise because you haven't seen too much from him, have you? So, yeah. And they, knowing that, seeing the backlash that happened and how it fell apart, the whole project, you think they'd be like, oh, we're going down the wrong road for this. He-Man is supposed to be a dude's IP. This is a boy's thing. There are girls who like He-Man, yeah. But they weren't the fans that people were going for.
That's where you go to She-Ra. That's where you go to She-Ra.
98% of the fan base of He-Man and Masters of the Universe were young boys, and now they're grown-up boys who will be willing to fucking spend money to go buy a damn fucking ticket to the movies if you make a decent one. But if you fuck them over and put out shit and try to fucking gaslight them into wanting, oh, you should want a female He-Man, right?
It's called She-Ra.
Yeah,
you have it, but you have to. But here's the problem: you have to work to She-Ra. You have to walk the road to get to She-Ra because they were separated at birth, and she was being controlled by Hordak and the Horde. Point is, so I was wrong. It's not Netflix. It's MGM Studios, which is Amazon and Sony. So it's probably there's a good. I don't know if it's going to be theater or on Amazon Prime. I don't know at this point if it's Amazon. We don't know.
Probably theatrical. I would assume if it's Sony.
Perhaps I feel like you're right, but I'm not sure. So I don't want to definitively say the right. But we saw that this Nicholas Galzatine guy, we've seen some of the pictures. It looks like he did buff up and he has the traditional He-Man outfit, but it was even if it's an accurate looking sword of power, I'm still that the rest of the movie could be shit. We saw that with Camila Mendez, chick from Riverdale, who played
Betty.
She played Veronica in that one. They made her a ginger, they gave her the red hair, but her father in this one is still, here's the problem. Her father is Idris Elba playing Duncan Man at Arms, and they got Morena Baccarin, who we all know from lots of things from science fiction and genre stuff. They got her playing the sorceress. Listen, yeah, clearly she is sort of Latin descent, but I don't feel like this is the result of these two getting it on.
Who do they get for Evelyn?
That is Allison Brie from Community, and when they had the wrestling chick show where they all took their titties out on HBO.
She doesn't feel like Evelyn to me.
No, she's not. And of course, then we got Jared Leto as Skeletor. What else we got now? We know James Purefoy's King Randor. We made fun of this guy being Fisto. It's like, God, why are you making Fisto? Do they just we don't Don't bring up Fisto. I'm gonna fist him good.
Another freaking like, why are they casting all the like, I don't know, like lesser known freaking Masters Universe?
Goat
like, where's
Man.
Ram Man? Where's Ram Man? Where's freaking
Manny Faces?
Manny Faces. Freaking the main roster.
Goat Man.
I think
I gotta be honest. I never fucking heard of Goat Man.
You know what?
Very,
I think
very known.
here's what I think they're
Well,
really. I think
What?
here's the reason why they're going for the lesser known characters. They're gonna do like the sequel thing where, like, here's the build up, and then if you want to see the proper mainline cast of these characters, you got to tune in for the sequel. That kind of thing. Like it's basically Surf Dracula. It's like, no, you're not gonna see them be what they are from the jump. No, you got to build to that, and by build to that, meaning you got to wait 3 more years for the sequel movie for that to happen.
And why would they make freaking him Goat Man when he could? Thor could be freaking Ram Man. Ram Man's supposed to be a big, muscular dude carrying like a juggernaut helmet, shoulder pad gear that rams through shit. He fits that perfectly. Put a big metal fucking dome on him and he could run through anything.
I don't get it. I mean,
yeah, I don't either.
Here's the thing. I don't think He-Man is one of those IPs that whoever has current control of it doesn't know what the fuck to do with it, because it's the opening part of the clips that I use for this. The 2002-2003 He-Man reboot that aired on Cartoon Network, which I thought was a brilliant adaptation. I thought it was fantastic. And that was great. And it was doing so well. And then Cartoon Network, then Turner, just pulled the plug on it right as they were about to bring in Hordak. They had just beat the Serpent Men. Stage was set for Hordak. Stage was set for She-Ra. And they just pulled the plug. And it was like, that made no sense to me when they did that. It was so good. And then they handed over, we'll scroll up here because it's here. Then they handed it over to freaking Kevin Smith to do the revival of the original 80s version, except it wasn't anything like it. It was terrible. And it was Manla and Evil Man, because they just duded up.
You know, what the worst part about that one is he took the studio that did like the Netflix Castlevania series, like that animation studio, which is like really fucking good. And it's like it worked so well for the show, but it's like you wasted it on this dog shit. It's like, damn.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I mean, I covered the first 2 seasons. I didn't do the last one that came out, but I covered the one that got split in half where he was dead and this kind of shit. And they had to resurrect him afterwards. And Tila became Sorceress. I covered that. And that was some great coverage because it was as bad as we knew it was going to be. It was terrible. And then they came back and made more of it, and nobody knew what happened. That's how bad it was. So
no one
unfortunately,
cared. Everyone was like, fuck this, I'm out.
Yeah. So He-Man is a property that should be so easy to deal with. And
you would think.
Even when it's working, they don't know what to do with it. As I said, with the 2002-2003 reboot show, the reboot version on Cartoon Network, it was great. Great animation, great storytelling. Literally bringing in all the masters. Skeletor was threatening. It wasn't goofy Skeletor. It was threatening Skeletor. And they even gave the backstory going all the way to what birthed the power that makes He-Man He-Man. They did it all.
I burned his face and everything.
Well, Skeletor, yeah, they showed that in the pilot episode. But at one point, they even showed like the origins of He-Man, or all the way back to the first He-Man, the first guy who had the power. Who, of course, they did race swap when Kevin Smith did it. They race swap, made him black. So I mean, but that show was great, and they pulled the plug. So they don't know what to do with He-Man, and it should be so easy. It should.
Oh
be,
yeah,
yeah. Should be
because it's like, remember how exceptionally well the Expendables did?
Yes.
The movie. The reason why is because for so long we had shitty action movies where we were getting these little feminine dudes and we were supposed to believe they were action stars and shit. And it was a throwback to what we remember from the 80s when action stars were big muscular dudes with big ass fucking guns. And it made people want to go watch it, and it did enormously well. He-Man has that opportunity. all the characters in it, all the Masters universe, and all the evil Skeletor's army, all of them are muscular fucking dudes. You have the perfect opportunity. Just fucking hire all the muscular dudes in fucking Hollywood. Give them kick-ass outfits. You've got gold. It's not, like you said, it's not hard. It's not like they have to fucking solve a quiz here.
We'd line up.
Have big brutish dudes with fucking big battle axes swinging them at each other. It's freaking easy as shit.
All you gotta do is reinstitute the toy line. Mattel, make the toys. Kids will buy them. Like Devil said, we owned all that shit. I had Grayskull. I had Snake Mountain. I had all that shit, man.
Yeah.
Those things were great. It was great. They were solid toys too. They were sturdy.
Remember the battle damage ones with the little chest flip over?
It flipped it. Yeah, I had one. Yeah.
Funny thing, like Devil, they wouldn't even need to really go strictly to Hollywood in particular, because as you described it, He-Man, like on his side and on Skeletor's side, the majority of their roster is big, muscly motherfuckers and some weird, fucked up monsters. Like,
oh yeah,
you know where you can get, and some women. You know where you can get that? The fucking wrestlers. Go grab all them motherfuckers.
Good. Strider, the one with the wings, Strider. Tell me Triple H wouldn't fucking play good in that role.
Well, not anymore.
With the helmet.
He's too old.
No, but you put the helmet on. He has the beard just like Strider did. Tell me he doesn't fit. He's muscular. He's got that beard just like Strider.
He's not so muscular anymore.
The helmet would cover the eyes. Make
he's front office now. He's not working out like that anymore.
I'd say he'd fit.
Point is, though,
steroids, you'll be fine.
There's only like 3 women. There's Teela, Evil Ann, and the Sorceress. There's until you get to She-Ra, but that's a different property almost. It's a different section of the IP. So and the thing is, both Teela and Evil Ann are supposed to be sexy. They're supposed to be sexy. So you have all the dudes, a couple of chicks, big battles. It's Eternia, and you know what? Don't leave fucking Eternia. Stay in Eternia. Don't go to fucking Earth. Don't go anywhere else. Stay in
Cosmic
Eternia.
Key. No Cosmic Key, guys.
Yeah.
Leave it out of it.
Key. No picking up random shit like that. No, stay in Eternia. Eternia is a wondrous, crazy place, the center of the fucking universe.
Yeah, and it has this crazy kind of fit where there's electronic, there's technology, but it's also this like barbaric kind of
magic.
And stuff. It's this mix that gives them a lot of creative kind of like license to what they can create and stuff for the world. It's a really cool IP, and like I said, instead they're more worried about how they're gonna fucking feed us more of the bullshit that we've already pushed away freaking for how many years now. And instead of saying, hey, okay, we have this playground of a world that we could really do some cool stuff with, long as we're true to the story and the characters that people loved, we could actually get creative and do some really cool stories here. Instead, they're like, forget all that. How can we indoctrinate people again?
And you know what my problem is here that is a problem? They have Nicholas Galitzine. I want to say his name wrong. He's only listed as He-Man. He's not listed as Prince Adam. And one of the problems with the original show, the original cartoon, is that Prince Adam looked exactly like He-Man. One thing that the reboot did really well is Prince Adam, skinny little 16-year-old kid, looks nothing like transformed He-Man. And that Kevin Smith copied that idea when he rebooted his own version of the original. But how are they going to do that in this? I feel like they're going to do we're going to pretend Prince Adam doesn't exist. Even though they have King Randor listed as a character, I feel like they're going to screw up the essentially secret identity stuff. Because only 3 people should know who He-Man is. Man-at-Arms, the Sorceress, and I don't know, 2. I'm sorry, 2. I said 3 because I was thinking of Prince Adam himself. No, only 2 people should know who he is. I guess Cringer knows, because Cringer is, gets transformed from Battle Cat. If you want to count 3, that makes it 3. But that's it. And it's always Teela's trying to figure out who he is, or Teela's always just on the periphery, and no one else knows. Not even King Randor is supposed to know. So it's just, we could be wrong. They could pull this off. It's just, I sincerely doubt it. Looking in this cast, Kristen Wiig, I have severe doubts about this. We'll find out next year. What does it say? May? I think it said June. No, sorry, June. Oh boy. It's a summer blockbuster. June 5th. Hoo. I'll review it. I'll review it. I mean, like Devil, I am old school He-Man guy. I was there when it was a thing, teaching me my lessons, playing with the toys. I'm there for it. I will review this thing. That's next year. I'm there for it. So yeah, that bummed me out when I saw this, because I know we keep saying don't have hope, but there's always that sliver. Or there's always that little sliver, and they didn't do it. So we're talking about fantasy settings, stuff like that. This is the next segue to my discussion point here. Next segue to that is the fact that we've seen so many times that they want to invade our fantasy settings and they want to fuck it up. And even though there is a community note on this, it's a repetitive thing that keeps happening in various ways. And this is the one that I found that makes me want to talk about this. So how many times have we seen lately, especially in tabletop or fantasy settings, where these woke tards come in and they say, well, why can't we be diverse? Why can't we do this or that? Why can't we have crippled people be heroes? And they throw out artwork like this.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
And there's so many things wrong with this. The one thing that think of the old one. You've seen the one with the really ripped chick in the wooden wheelchair. You've seen that one. I'm sure you have. But here's the problem I see automatically. If this is a crippled person, how the hell does he have legs like that? In this artwork.
That's exactly what they did with the wheelchair person there. That's not how it works. When you lose ability to move your legs, your muscles down there atrophy. Mm-hmm. You can't work them out. So you might have a large upper body, but your lower body would be small. It's the same thing with here. He wouldn't have big, thick legs because his legs aren't supporting his weight. They're not working out.
Yeah. Yeah. And I love this. Now, this one is pretty good. Some of the comments that I've seen in this one is basically barbarian pelt belt, check. Ratty knife, check. Ratty boots, check. Top of the line, titanium crutches. What?
How does that work?
Exactly. But this is this thing, and even though this community note says this is a rage blade, it's a clickbait engagement thing, I don't care, because they keep rushing this shit out. Even if it's not this person, there are plenty of people that run with this shit and want to try and say, why can't you have crippled people in a fantasy setting? Well, I mean, first of all, magic heals a lot of shit in these settings. There's a reason you don't see crippled people. I mean, you can see sickly people. Go ahead.
The thing of it is, like, you don't want crippled people. You want the fucking specialty. You want to be the fucking special little unicorn. You know, like, oh, look at me. My character's all disabled. He's got a wheelchair and all this. And it's like, not even taking into account how this fits within the world. Like, as you were saying, a lot of magic fixes a lot of shit, and they don't even try to, like, make it fit within the world. It's all, here's an actual wheelchair and fucking arm braces, when it's like, you couldn't even try to do some D&D magic bullshit, like, I don't know, make the wheelchair have, like, spider legs or some shit, or, you know, maybe have the character float or something. No. Just give him some crutches and a fucking wheelchair. Why don't we give him a fucking latte while we're at it?
Or like we said, the buff chick in the wooden wheelchair where she's got ripped legs and she's got the bow and arrows. All they care about is representation in this shit. They don't care about the fact that there are probably rules to these worlds that would negate the thing you're pushing.
Yeah, and the fact is, they also don't. Once again, it's white liberals who don't have to go through this that are thinking they're doing what people want. It's like with the video games where they put ugly chicks in the video games and they're all, because that's what chicks want. No, real chicks want to play as hot chicks too.
Exactly.
All of the girls in our group will tell you the same thing. Every single one of them will be like, if you ask them, you say, hey, do you want to play as a butt ugly chick in your game, or do you want to play as an attractive chick? They'll be like attractive chick, because us guys are the same way. If we would we want to play a game if the dude is fucking like a troll dude and he's all like running around with the sword, all like, you know, posy, right? No, we'd be like, no, dude, I want my dude fucking look like a kick-ass warrior, right?
Yeah.
A person in a wheelchair wants the same thing. If they want to play as a barbarian, they want to play as Conan. They don't want to play as some weak little freaking frail dude with one leg, because they might be a little frail dude with one leg. They want to play as something they can't be. They're living the fantasy too, just like we are.
Yep.
So it's their assumption that, some dude in a wheelchair would so much want to play a character in a wheelchair because his regular life is just so great that he wants that represented in his video game. No, fuck that. It's stupid. They should know better. It's common sense. If somebody has a shitty life, they want to escape their shitty life, not recreate it in a video game.
Keywords there, common sense. These people don't have common sense because they're not actually fans of anything.
They're not fans of anything. They want everyone and everything to like always be thinking of them, to always praise them for just existing, when most people just like give it like players of this stuff, they just want to like, hey, I want to play a barbarian, or I want to play a thief, or a loyal, like faithful knight, you know, like doing his job, you know, like having adventures instead of like, oh, I gotta build a wheelchair ramp for your fucking dumbass character you cobbled up. Like, oh, fucking great. Oh, well, I can't call you a knife head anymore because that's a fucking.
Think about that. You're on the adventure. Somebody's in the wheelchair. We got to go through this rough terrain with crags and things to come out of it. Well, sorry, you have to wait here. We're not
wheelchair accessible.
Yeah, not wheelchair
dungeon.
accessible. Wait, can't you float me? Sorry, I only have limited spell usage. You know, see that's a level 3 spell, and I can only cast 2 of those in a day. And if I cast that now, I won't have the fireballs we're going to probably need when we go around the corners. There'll be big ass dragon there. So sorry.
Roll a 7 or higher, and we'll build you a ramp.
So this is something I've talked about in the past concerning the invasion, not to what they want to say broaden, but to exclude and to transform it into just another vehicle for their bullshit. Because they don't want anybody. These people don't actually want to play these games. They don't want to play these games. Do. They just want to take them over and use them for what they want. I mean, there's a perfect example. There's a lot of I don't have on that. I don't have one on hand because it just occurred to me as we're talking about this. You've seen the images lately going around of World of Warcraft where somebody has what you had and what it's become, and it's usually a picture of an orc. A picture of an orc who has just got war gear on, buffed to all hell, dual-wielding pair of axes, and then it cuts to this freaking orc walking through a town. He's got a camera around his thing. He's like this. He's got sunglasses. He's got nice little normal-looking shirt for his clothes. That's what it's become, because that is what happens when these people invade this shit. They take away the soul. All to make it look like what they believe in. Crap.
Yeah, it doesn't become like having adventures and dungeons and fighting like dragons and shit. It becomes like, let's go hang out at the cafe with all the orcs and the elves and all that.
Yep.
It becomes like a fucking CW show again.
Well, that's a good way to put it. It's, hey, let's make sure we check all the boxes and that everybody's got their proper pronouns. And that we're all happy and no one's arguing. And no one's really the leader here. It's a community achievement because, we're all commie Marxists.
Yeah, we're all a bunch of commies that never got out of high school, which is why we always try to shove prom things and everything, That's
the way to put it. So, I mean, so you see this and it reminds me, stop. You know what? You chased us out of all the things we loved. Fine. We're not going to do that. We'll make our own. I mean, if I can ever get a moment to get off my ass and finish putting it down on paper, running my own tabletop. I'm going to run my own tabletop. I've worked it out. I just have to put everything together, send out the packets to everybody so that they can start prepping their characters. And then hopefully within the next month or so, we'll get to it. Run our own based on our own stuff, on rules we make. Eventually, I mean, have it be on worlds we create based on source material we've written and produced, where we don't have to listen to this dog shit. Because here's what's going to happen going forward. All the things we love, D&D, all these things, they're poisoned. They're poisoned to the maximum. Yeah, you can go back and play older editions, but you're locked into still that. And you're still locked into the worlds, which are all destroyed through constant retcons and shit like that. They wanted to drive us out of all that stuff. Fine, we're driven out. But you know what? People are starting to make their own shit. But it's on a scale where we control it, and we will gatekeep your asses out. You will not be allowed to say, "Oh, you're missing this diversity. Oh, I don't give a fuck." You could stand out there and cry while I'm in here having fun and making money on my product, and people are enjoying it. And I'm not going to let you in here to destroy it. It's that simple. And a lot of people are going to be doing that, I predict, over the next few years as we close out the decade. A lot of independent stuff is going to take hold, and it's going to say, you know what? We don't need your mainstream bullshit.
Yeah.
We don't need it. We can make our own D&D with blackjack and hookers. Hell,
Yeah.
I just want the blackjack and the hookers. Screw it, just the hookers. Good old Bender. Good old Bender. So that's why I wanted to throw this one out, because this is a battle they think they've won, but it's essentially great. You've driven everybody out, and now you're the only person left in the room. So enjoy your diversity role-playing games. We're not here to play that shit anymore. So, all right, we're blowing through my my conversation starters. All right, this is a good one here. I think both you guys will definitely appreciate this. So, we get the question a lot. If you could have somebody's power and ability, what would it be? And that leaves it so open. But here's one right here. Here's a diagram. We have a choice of 9, and it is linked to their mask or helmet. Who you got?
Okay.
Who you got? I've thought about this ahead of time. This one was actually pretty easy for me because I can see the applications. I'm going Wolverine. Healing factor. I'm going healing factor. Like God tier healing factor. That's what I'm going with.
Some of them it would make.
Some of them don't make sense.
Who wants to be Jason?
Hey, well, no, you're always gonna cut. You will always be resurrected. You ain't never gonna die.
Yeah, but you also become a freaking sociopathic killer that's mindless and kills naked chicks instead of having sex with them. What the fuck? Who wants that power?
All right, but think about this. Let's roll through these. I mean, you got the Green Ranger, the Dragon Zord. So you have the Green Ranger powers. That's the Loki mask from the Mask. That's basically insane transformation powers. I assume if you're getting Tony Stark's Iron Man mask, that means you're getting Tony Stark's intelligence and you're getting access to the many faces of Iron Man.
Ooh.
Yeah. If it's that's an MCU Black Panther Wakanda helmet. So my guess is, and that's not a nanite one. That looks like the original.
That's the Civil War one.
Yeah, so that's essentially you're getting a vibranium suit. Possibly his Black Panther powers with that. Okay, because it's powers. It says you gain all their abilities. So there you go. So I mark you then. So if you're getting the Green Ranger, you're getting the ability to summon the Dragon Sword. You're getting the ability to that's a mech. That's a mech. But it's a mech you don't pilot. You control it with the dagger flute. Just remember that, though. Remember that. Now, Jason, you're basically unkillable. You will always come back. But the trade-off, like Devil said, you will become a psychopath killer. All right, you get the bat. I'm gonna consider. Even though that's the Nolan trilogy Batman cowl. I'm gonna consider that Batman's cowl. Period. Is that fair? I think that's fair because that means you're getting his, when you say abilities, you're getting the perfection of Bruce Wayne's physical abilities and his brain. You're getting Batman's brain. So I consider that his powers, his brain, and his peak physical condition and training. Magneto means you have the power of magnetism. You are you're an Omega level threat mutant.
And the only person who could fuck Rogue.
Well, listen, you know my solution to Rogue. Just get a Genosian collar, and you're fine. Or or miniaturize it, and make it a bracelet, and everything's fine. That's always been my solution to Rogue, and then you're fine. Now that is a Mandalorian helmet, but it looks like
that's just Mando.
That's Disney Star Wars Mando. So
you're not really getting shit out of that.
Yeah,
you get a little green Yoda character that
and it
annoys
smells
me.
like Pedro.
I'm out.
I mean,
it smells like anxiety.
Now, if that was Boba Fett's helmet, then we can talk, because then you're getting peak bounty hunter skills and abilities. But that's not. That's the Mandalorian. So you're not even a good Mandalorian. You're a piece of shit. And then, of course, now when we say Wolverine's ability is the healing factor, not necessarily the adamantium claws. That has to become a secondary thing. Is that fair to say?
Well, I mean, sort of, but I feel like when it says all the abilities, you kind of have to include the.
All right. So I guess that includes adamantium skeleton and claws. Okay. All right. If we can play like that. I mean, my first thought is I just need the healing factor, because with the healing factor, you can improve yourself so much, because you can constantly break yourself down and rebuild yourself up and come back stronger every time. That's how I view it. But I would still, even now with the claws, that's even better. I mean, healing factor, Wolverine claws, hell yeah. But I still go Wolverine. Because that healing factor, that just solves so many freaking problems as far as I'm concerned. You're immune to so much.
I don't know if I'd want that in because you have to look at it in the real world perspective of it. Like if there really were mutants, great, you'd become an awesome mutant. Now you would probably be like freaking the government would put your ass in a lab and shit, because they'd be like, how the hell did this guy get
Wolverine
this thing?
was
Oh, it's
born
just a
in
helmet,
lab.
guys.
He became
but two,
Weapon X.
I don't know. It's kind of a curse, because really, what are you going to use claws for? As cool as that fucking is, you brandish them towards somebody, you're going to prison. They hurt every time they come out.
Not if you get the surgery where you got the things coming out, then they already have. It's not going to hurt every time. If it's got the nodules, they're not
as
hurting.
Cool as claws are, they have no practical use in your day-to-day life. I don't know. I'd rather have somebody who has the intelligence that they could use to make a shit ton of money, so that I could actually have it benefit my life. So I'd probably pick either Tony Stark or Bruce Wayne, I guess.
Well, remember,
probably Tony Stark.
Remember, if you're Batman, you got Batman's trauma too.
That's why I was saying probably Tony Stark, because I don't want to have this desperate need to avenge crime and shit with my life. I'd rather just have the intelligence to build something really cool and make a shit ton of money doing it. So yeah.
So you're going with Iron Man then, Devil?
Yeah.
Iron Man. Bug.
I don't know. It's a little tricky. Like, Wolverine is pretty good for the reasons you suggested, but I don't know. I'm trying to think of abilities I would find very useful. Like, sure, it'd be nice to use Batman, but you're kind of getting a lot of baggage there with him. Tony, I feel like there is also a degree of baggage. Like, sure, you're building a lot of armor and stuff, but you're constantly getting tossed into fucking world-ending events because your Avenger pals got to drag you in there, and they want you to pay the bills for their new clubhouse.
Well, you don't have to worry about the Avengers. This is solely you in our world as far as the thing goes. So you would just be a really smart dude with a shit ton of money and a lot of cool armors.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I don't know. I find myself kind of going more for Magneto, because I just think the magnetic abilities are just something that I could very much use especially in my day-to-day life, to make my life easier. You know, like there's metal is in practically almost everything. You know, I can fly and all that shit. It would make my life easier. You know, I don't know. It just sounds cooler to me out of the bunch.
I agree with you that would be freaking awesome. The only problem is I'd be so worried I'd abuse the living crap out of that.
I don't
Because
give a shit. I'm abuse it.
I've often thought this, that if I was on the road, there's so many times that if I had the ability, I would make people like just like forcibly pull off to the side and like stay there. If I had the magnetic ability, I'd do that. I'd be like, get off my road, asshole. Boom. And fucking
It'd be like an X-Men 3 where Magneto's just like waving his hands as his cars go fucking flying off the road.
Yeah,
like
and eventually people would catch on to this. Why are so many cars flying off the fucking road around this area? And then they like, I don't want to, have to, like I said, become some puppet of the government where they're like dissecting me, trying to find out what gave me these powers. Because, but I would abuse the shit out of that. I'm just saying I would, or not getting up to get something. Like I'd be sitting there going, I need that, and just pull it to me. And how long before somebody sees me literally bring a kitchen knife across the kitchen because I don't want to walk over and get it.
Just tell them it's the Force. I'm using the Force.
Yeah, I'm using the Force. I'm a Jedi.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
You did not see what you saw.
Let's see. So Kel says Loki's mask. I don't know. That thing
comes with a caveat, though. You can only use it at night.
Yeah.
It's the mask. The mask is dangerous too because remember, it's also possessing you to an extent.
Kel just wants to do that dance.
Yeah.
They called me Cuban beat.
He also wants to fuck Cameron Diaz in her prime.
That was the hottest Cameron Diaz ever was.
That was the only time she was ever hot. I never found her attractive except in the mask when she had that tan and the long hair and shit. After that, she got kind of scrubby.
I thought her tits were bigger because of that movie. Then again, that was that period of time where maybe I was young and misjudging how big boobs were. But I always thought her tits were bigger because of that.
They made them look bigger. They had her in a big push-up bra for that role.
Yeah. Weasel says the mask as well. Loki's mask as well. But yeah, it's this is a complete nerd thing, and there are plenty of other masks out there that one could think of, I'm sure. But yeah, this is I still go with the Wolverine, not because of the claws, but because of the healing factor, because it slows my aging. I'm immune to stuff. Because for my perspective, it gives me a chance to maybe if I screw something up, I have the time to restart, figure it out again, try it out, use knowledge, acquire knowledge, stuff like that.
I'll give you this: you take the claws away and just have the damn near indestructible skeleton and the healing factor. I'd pick Wolverine. You're right.
I mean, when my original thought was claws were not included, just the healing factor. Because here's what I think about it. This is why I thought only healing factor. Because even though the claws are an ability, it was an acquired ability after his base ability in the Weapon X program.
Well, no, he originally had bone claws.
Yeah,
he's like claws, but
bone claws. But I mean, everybody automatically thinks about the adamantium claws, is what I'm saying. So you still have the bone claws, but I wouldn't need the bone claws. All I want is the healing factor. That's all I want, so that I'm nigh indestructible.
Because I would hate to like I said, you get angry and you have them come out just like out of reaction. Like I said, there's no way that's not gonna catch attention. Claws ripping through your hands, and like I said, the second the government finds somebody who can heal like that, you're going in some lab. They're gonna chain your ass up and dissect you and shit. So you have to look at these from the perspective of the real world. In the real world, somebody has mutant abilities like that. It's not like they're gonna be like, hey, would you like to come with us and we'll study you and treat you completely fair? No, you just get black bagged in the middle of the night and taken away. So I don't want to be, like I said, some hamster in a cage where they cut my arm off to see how I work. And I'm afraid that's what would happen to my ass.
I'm still taking healing factor. Don't go worry about diseases. Don't go worry about nothing. Don't worry about nothing. All right, that was a fun little exercise. I enjoyed that as abusing a thought. All right, Sam's not here yet, and he has not said he's not going to be here. So
I couldn't get much shorter, Weasel. I would.
My remaining discussion topic requires Sam So, you guys got anything you want to throw out there?
There's that
'Cause
trailer for the
Mhm.
Pokemon Legends AZ, that one that shows that they're doing a 4-person battle now, I guess.
But do we care?
I don't.
I'm gonna
None
play
of
the
us.
game. I thought the first one was decent.
No,
It
I mean, I don't
I'm
play
had a lot of
Pokemon.
problems, but
I'm not really a Pokemon type guy.
I'm just throwing shit
Yeah.
out there, people.
Yeah. I mean, I know.
I'm
but,
like
yeah.
currently I'm currently working on a new video for this one movie that I kind of got clickbait on a bit a long time ago. You ever heard of the movie called All Superheroes Must Die?
No.
This was a film in 2011, and the main villain was played by James Remar, who you might recognize as well, he played Harry Morgan in Dexter. Shit, what else did he play in?
I didn't watch Dexter, so that's not helpful.
God damn it. Let me look it up.
Yeah,
He's played in a bunch of things. You're talking about the one who played Dexter's dad, right?
Yeah. He also played Raiden in the shitty Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I know who that is.
Yeah, he was the villain in that. Now, I got clickbait by this because this was probably like maybe 2013-ish, maybe 2012, somewhere around that time. I was at a Walmart with my dad. It was like 2:00 in the morning because, food stamp kind of thing, And he says, go grab a $20 movie, And I'm like, okay. I go there. And I see this movie. It's got an interesting cover. It's got two guys in like battle damaged superhero outfits. There's like a city on fire, helicopter in the background. It looks kind of wild and intense. And on the back, it has, James Remar in there playing this bad guy, And I'm thinking, ooh, this has got to be interesting because, I was really getting into my superhero kick at that time because obviously MCU was kicking up. A lot of other stuff was in there, and I was looking for any chance to watch anything superhero related. I get that movie. It was the worst fucking movie I ever seen in my life at that time.
And Sam probably would have loved it.
Oh, depends. What was it?
All Superheroes Must Die.
Yeah, I probably would have watched that.
Well, you know what? Once I'm planning on making a video of it, so once I acquire a link, I will share it to you if you want to see that. Because
I would appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was wild. Because I thought it was going to be this big like citywide event, with superheroes going up against this bad guy with powers. Turns out, not the case at all. The main cast were people that had superpowers, but when the movie starts, they've been mysteriously depowered. So they're just weaklings in their costumes, getting picked off one by one by the villain, who's placed them in a fucking series of crazy saw trap scenarios, and they're all trying to fucking find the bad guy at the end, and it's all ridiculous. And I'm like, God damn it. And it looks so cheap and like pathetic, and I'm like, not what I expected. I was expecting like some crazy superpower shit, but no.
You missed a golden opportunity. You're a kid, and your dad told you go get a movie. I'd have gone over there to the guy in the fucking electronics and be like, "Which one has the most boobs in it?"
I'll be honest. He kind of. I'll be honest. That was like the last. That was like every like fifth encounter. Like he didn't give a shit if I bought an R-rated movie.
Well, so, Sammy, you're here. It's still merit. We'll play this game with you too. So you're still here. Choose a mask where you gain all abilities of the character who wears it. Which one are you?
Jason Voorhees. Completely fucking indestructible.
Yeah, but don't you like wind up looking like a fucking zombie?
I kind of look like that now.
But you see, Sam,
you
I
like
love the no
like
hesitation. The no hesitation.
I love this.
He's coming back over and over again.
Sam, you totally ignore the fact that you kill naked chicks instead of having sex with them. That'd be a big no for you, man.
Hey, look, man. Look, right? Some of these bitches need to be taught a lesson.
Yeah, just
with
throw
a
'em
machete.
throw him in a fucking sleeping bag and bang him on a tree.
See that was glorious. No hesitation, Jason Voorhees. See, I chose Wolverine, and Devil chose Magneto. Oh no, Devil chose
No.
Iron Man, and Bug
Yeah.
chose Magneto. You went for the homicidal maniac.
Yeah, right off the bat.
Look, he's super strength. He's not necessarily super durable, but all his parts return to him eventually anyway.
Yeah,
But, I mean, if you guys remember Jason Goes to Hell, he gets blown up with an RPG in that, and some idiot gets like duped into eating his heart, and he just starts possessing other people's bodies at that point. Like the dude's
Yeah, and then
OP.
he starts
yeah, that's
crawling
what I
up
mean.
people's butts.
Yeah.
I mean that's why I said that's why his power. No matter what, he's always going to come back. He will
Right.
always
And
come back.
and if you watch the whole series, he gets a cybernetic upgrade in Jason X.
Yeah, and still, you know what? I would sacrifice all that to have sex with Lexa Doig. I would sacrifice that because she's Michael Shanks is a lucky man. Anyway, hi Sam, how are you?
Hola.
How you doing?
It's hot as fuck. Work ran long. This whole last week at work has been a shit show, so I'm glad to be here.
Oh, excellent. All right, so you are here now, so we can go to my last conversation starter, because this is why you needed to be here for this one. So this was something that happened last week, and it was clearly done for traction, but the fact that anybody would let this thought cross their mind, to have the thought and say that Inner Light is a bad episode.
Who the fuck said that?
This person right here, Soth Manigan. This person right here, just a nobody, but just clearly done for traction. But still, the fact that you even say that, you need to be like exiled from humanity and, sent off to just disappear.
I think this person missed the entire point of Star Trek.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Inner Light is one of the best episodes in any Star Trek series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I mean, it's an exploration of look, so many ways to go down this. Here's where I'm going down this first, and feel free to pick it up where I leave it off. Let's look at it from Picard's perspective. Okay, a man who has sacrificed everything for his career. Career-minded, it's about the exploration, it's about the challenge, it's about the next thing out there, it's about being the tip of the spear for humanity's exploration. In Inner Light, he gets put into the history of a man of similar ideas, of similar scientific desires, but at the same time has a family. And as time goes on, he gets to experience that which in his real life he chose not to have.
Right. And he fights
it
against
changes
it
him.
too.
And from the beginning, he fights against it, yeah, but he gives in because of the goodness of it, and he's better for it at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Frank Blaskowitz, this particular episode, this is the one where they found a probe that like zapped Picard and he fell over.
The flute.
And then when he woke up, he was in another place that was completely unconnected from his past life, and he had to learn to live with it, and lived an entire life while this probe was basically downloading the last memories of a dead race into his brain.
30 minutes. Just 30 minutes.
Yeah. It's one of those ones that is brilliant in the idea, because so many men struggle with that. We make choices in our life and we go down a path, and we always question the path not taken, the choices we didn't make. If I chose to do this, if I chose to follow that girl that I had feelings for, instead of focusing on my career, did I all these things. And he got to, like you said, he got to see that. He was a career man. He was Starfleet, head to toe. What if he had a family? What if he had kids? He got to experience a life that he can't have by his own choices. And it's kind of brilliant in that. It's because, like I said, everyone has that question, man or woman, wants to see what would have happened if they made a different choice, if they had a different life that was completely different from theirs. So yeah, I think it's a great, and I love the flute, the song it plays.
Oh, That
Mhm.
is an iconic thing. Now, after I saw this and I thought about it, I actually have a full orchestral suite from a TNG soundtrack of this.
Mhm.
It's like 7 minutes long, and it's glorious.
It's good. I like it.
It's glorious. It's fantastic.
I love that episode where the girl takes him into the up into the ducts, and they play it in the tubes.
I
Jeffrey's
call
tube,
that
whatever.
episode "Picard Gets a Girlfriend." I call that one.
Yeah,
Picard
it
Gets a
sounds so
Girlfriend.
good echoing through there. I was all, damn, I love that freaking flute song.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, this not only was this episode like standout Star Trek, but it was such a compelling story that other franchises kyped it. Right, like they did it with 100 Days in SG-1. They did it. I forget the name of the episode, but the one in Atlantis where Shepard ends up getting trapped with those people who are just sitting around waiting for the giant invisible monster to eat them.
The evolution, with the
Yeah,
Ascension
yeah.
episode, the Ascension
And
episode.
I mean, and this is just the first two off the top of my head, but I mean, this became like a recurring kind of storyline, and this is different than the one where every franchise has done this shit too, including the X-Files, where they just wake up and they think they're crazy because they're in a mental hospital and their real life was something else. That's a whole other thing.
Does it.
Yeah, but this one did that same thing, but it did it in a much more I don't know, illuminating and positive
nuance.
Yeah.
There's nuance to it, because the first part of the episode is him resisting. As we talked about, he resists it for so long. I'm trying to find my way out of this. This can't be real. And then he just accepts it. And then it's a different life where he has a family. And then he learns the joy of passing on what he has learned to his, in this case, fictional daughter. Because these were not actual people. These are approximations of people from that society. And it was just created in a simulation for him to understand it. But there's that thing the extension of, I'm going to share something with somebody and they're going to carry on. Of course, then there is that darkness of the episode, the fact, the planet's dying because the sun's going to go nova. I think it was going to go nova. Yeah. The sun's going to die. And the planet cannot handle the dying sun's heat as it's wasting away the protective layers of the ozone and stuff like that. And it's just so compelling is the first word that jumps to my mind on this. It's a compelling episode. And to watch him lose himself as Picard and become the other man whose name I can't remember, the character's name at the moment. I can't remember what he's called in that sub.
Yeah.
But he becomes that man in every sense of the word. And that final moment when they're watching what turns out to be the probe that is scanned Picard being launched, he says, "Oh, we're watching this," and he sees everybody who's passed away reappear. It's like, wait, what's going on? What's going on? And then they explain to him, no, we aren't real. We never were, but we're the remnants of the society, and we're passing on our knowledge. So we may be gone thousands of years.
Remember us.
Remember us. We live on through you. And it's so good. And then after it's done and it's transmitting everything, the Cayman, thank you, Ariel. Cayman, thank you. Then it's the end of it, and the only thing that was in the probe were a couple artifacts and the flute. And then he takes it. And then we talk about a lot. I mean, every week right now, I sit down with Brad, Jay Fractured, and Hitman, and we're doing DS9. And Hitman and Jay Fractured, they haven't seen DS9. So Hitman's only seen TNG, and Jay Fractured's only seen smattering. So TNG and DS9 are two completely different beasts. TNG is your classic Star Trek, new planet every week, new situation, character work, of course, but it's kind of an accumulation over a long time. Never really, this is about building the foundation of the characters. Was DS9, which is about it's character driven, eventually into the stories that grow up out of it. And in this case, it's one of those rare occasions where the flute is something that continually carries over. We talk about, Devil mentioned it, I call it Picard Gets a Girlfriend. She comes to his quarters and she says, "Oh, you play music?" He says, "Well, yeah, I sort of have this flute. It's a one of a kind. but my music is very personal to me. It's very private. I don't share it with anybody. And that episode is how Picard is recalling, I would say, the lessons he learned from that and stepping beyond and allowing something else to happen. That's also a really good episode too.
Yeah. It's frankly this soft ID transition and now I'm a man again is a fucking retard.
Yeah.
You know, it's either that or like was suggested earlier, dude's just looking to stir up shit because that is an objectively false statement.
Yeah, I mean,
there are plenty of episodes that you could say that about. This ain't one of them. The fact that like you said, it must be him just trying to pick a fight, because if he thinks that's a bad episode, he has the worst fucking taste.
Yeah. You want a bad episode? Fucking Troy Has a Space Baby. That episode sucks.
Yeah, I mean, listen, just about every Troy mind rape episode is terrible. They're not good ones.
Honestly, any Troy-centric fucking episode is pretty bad. She's not a great character.
The first episode with the fucking Q trial. I don't even like that one.
So this and let's be honest, it is rare in TNG because you only get it maybe once or twice a season, a super Picard centric episode. And this is one of them. And it's one that it's centered on what is essentially a primitive world, or the memory of a primitive world. It's not, I mean, the Enterprise isn't in danger. It's honestly, it's something I was talking about on the other day on Wormhole Watch. It's essentially, for lack of a better term, sort of a slice of life, day in the life episode, although it spans a man's lifetime in those memories, where there is no imminent danger to the ship. We're not constantly on the edge of our seats. Oh my God, how are they going to get out of this one?
Yeah, and Barclay's not dicking around in the holodeck.
Yeah. So it's really one of those times that's why it's, to me, it is such an exceptional episode, because they managed to break from the norm and not only give us one of the best Picard-centric episodes out there, but build on Picard's lore and give us an episode that just is so well constructed, so well written, and hits you every time. And of course, as Devil mentioned, give you that beautiful, beautiful flute piece. Just fantastic. Fantastic.
Honestly, the whole idea of the probe itself, of the message in a bottle, if you will, is a really, really good one. You know, like, I mean, like, we know we're going to die out. We know it's going to happen soon. So this way, someone will find this at some point, and they will remember us.
Yeah.
There's episodes where that you really get to see acting, and there's no, like you said, there's no action to it. It's just him acting this character to the best, level
at all stages of life.
And it's from being old man to being young, having to raise these children, even though he knows he's not their father, or at least in his head. It really stretches his acting ability, and he does it so well that you have to appreciate those kind of episodes, because they're well done. There's a couple of them he does, the where he's down on the planet with the alien. What's the one called, where he has to learn to communicate? Darmok and Jabal.
The walls fall down.
that one. Another one where it's just the acting is just so well, because it's focused directly on him, and he has to sell it.
I think that's the first episode where we saw the captain's casual.
It might be. And what was really funny about that was it was originally, I think, inspired by the TOS episode where Kirk had to go fight the Gorn captain. But what they did was they put these two beings in this kind of arena setting and removed their ability to communicate. Because if you remember, the Gorn was speaking fucking English.
There was no universal translator yet. There was no universal translator.
So so they removed that, and Picard, it showcased that Picard is not Kirk. That was like the brilliant thing about that episode, was because, like, at some point you're like, okay, Picard's got to throw down like Kirk, right? No, he won't, because that's not who he is.
Mm-hmm.
He's the diplomat. He's going to try to communicate whatever it costs. It was a really cool episode.
No. See, that's the thing. There's so many great episodes, but there are also bad ones.
Yes.
And you do, and I think that this is pure shit posting. That's what I think this is.
Yeah.
This is a shit post that this dude with a very small account will, like I was there, only 888 followers.
Shit, my account's smaller than that, man.
Yeah, well, so is mine. My account is a little smaller. But then again, I'm not trying to. I don't play the X game very well to try and get people's attention and get followers. Point is,
Right.
this was clearly done to stir shit. I mean, he got 59,000 views. He got a bunch of comments. People actually liked it. I'm sure some of those are just bots too. But I mean, whoever liked this, fuck you. I mean,
some of those are people who don't even watch the show. They just don't like Star Trek, and so they're like, "Yeah, it probably sucks." They don't know.
I think
if it's good
going
or not.
back to the conversation you guys were having earlier about like people invading IPs and stuff, I don't think it's that they don't like it. They don't give a shit about it one way or the other. What they don't like is that you like it.
That's true.
They're all being led around by the fucking nose ring.
Literally, these people all have the nose rings. Oh man, see, I kind of want to walk over there, take it out right now, and put it in and watch it. I kind of want to. I'm very tempted because I am almost out of what I'm watching, so I might do that tonight because I am literally on the last episode of what I'm watching.
That was in season 5 or 6, right?
I never know that the seasons 4 through 5, in terms of sometimes when things happens, they kind of bleed together. I lose track because the way I can always remember when something happens is what does Worf look like? What does Beverly's hair look like? But
does Riker have a beard? Do their uniforms have that stupid line through the black?
Well, yeah. Well, that's season 1 and 2, the jumpsuit. But I don't know if we recorded it. We were making fun of Hitman the other night. It was last night. He's like, I love the jumpsuits. The line down the middle, they're great. And me and Brad are going, what are you talking about? They're terrible. They're horrible. He also likes Pulaski, which I don't know.
So, come again?
Yeah, he likes Pulaski. I don't know if it's Hitman doing the. Here's the thing. I've been doing this with Hitman and Jay Fractured and Brad for a lot of weeks now because we're halfway through season 2. So we've done a season and a half of DS9. We've been doing a lot. I don't know when Hitman's doing a bit at this point. I still don't know when he's doing a bit. So I don't know if he's serious about liking Pulaski or not. I don't know.
I could see why he might, because there are some interesting things about Pulaski's character, and there are some there are some good episodes with her in them, like the first time Moriarty appears, right, where she gets kidnapped by him, and
we talked about that last night. Yeah,
she was pretty good in that. That's a really good episode, but she's not like you think The Next Generation. You don't think her when you think Ship's Doctor. You think Crusher, because she was only on for 1 season.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's because Gates McFadden was pregnant. And they didn't work out a deal.
Out of all the freaking doctors that have been on Star Trek, she is low. I mean, come on. Not.
I don't hate Pulaski, but like she's not. When I think of TNG, she doesn't even rank on the list of characters that pop into my head because she didn't have that big of an impact on the show. She had a few good moments, and she was the character that they used to verbally pose the interesting science fiction questions.
Yeah, or to be a foil for Picard's.
Right, but she was more of a plot device than a character.
Yeah. All right, now Ariel brings this up. Crusher couldn't do anything about Geordi's eyes, but Pulaski said something she's done before, talking about saying she's a better doctor. Here's my counter to you on that, Ariel. Beverly is Geordi's friend, and she knows that Geordi doesn't want that, so she's not going to do it. And also, if I remember correctly, it's not a perfect technology. It's not like later on where Geordi gets the direct implants over his eyes instead of having the visor. the improving technology. So that's my explanation and counter to your point there.
I would also say that there's a period of time between when Crusher says she can't do it and when Pulaski does says she can, right? And you gotta go in with the assumption that they're not stopping technological progress, right? In this universe, right? It's continuing forward. So it's possible that they had a breakthrough when Crusher, maybe at the time Crusher said that it couldn't be done, but there may have been a breakthrough since then.
I mean, Frank's arguing Pulaski had better skill, perhaps, but we're talking about we should not shy away from Beverly's skill. She was twice in the lore head of Starfleet Medical, which means she has knowledge. And,
I mean, yeah, but let's be real, that's an administrative position.
Yeah, but she has knowledge. I would say, and here's the thing also, I would say Beverly is I'm going to argue Beverly's a better doctor. Let's bring up Worf gets his spine broken episode. Let's bring that up. And the experimental doctor that comes in with all the stuff with the regeneration thing. And I love Beverly's speech at the end of that episode.
She's more compassionate doctor.
Yeah. It's like, what you did was amazing. But, and I'm paraphrasing here. What you did was amazing. You have saved his life. You've given him a chance to be a whole again. But you broke the fundamental rule of our profession. Do no harm for your own pride, because you did it not to help him, but to prove your experiment. Just like you did when you used your experimental hypo sprays on those during that one scene where the people are dying and she's trying to do that just for your thing. You care more about you being right and you pushing the medical science forward than the actual patient. Where Beverly says, "I care about the patient. I care
Is
about."
hubris the right word? Your hubris? I'm using that incorrectly.
Well, no, hubris. Something has to happen.
Yeah.
Something had to happen for the hubris, and she the line I believe was, "You gambled Worf's life. He won, but he could have easily lost." And Worf only wins because they don't understand that freaking Klingons have the redundancies built into them, which is great killing on lore at that point. We didn't know that the Klingon have redundancy for everything, which is fantastic. But I say Beverly's a better doctor. She's a better doctor.
I think she definitely has the better bedside manner. I'll absolutely give you that. She's much better with patients. She's much more personable.
She's more of a scientist.
She's less detached.
Think about it like this: a lot of times where Beverly saves the day through medicine, it's through a scientific method, through knowledge, experimentation. Now, you may be right here. Pulaski may be a better specialist, a better surgeon, because of the whole Picard heart exploding thing, or his heart needs to be replaced, stuff like that. But I would say her knowledge is not necessarily going to save anything. Because remember, when she gets trapped in the aging sickness thing, where the special children who are actually adults are making all the people older, she's not the one that figures it out. Like, everybody else figures that shit out. So she may be more skilled as a surgeon or a specialist, but she's not as smart medically scientifically as Beverly is. That's my case.
Yeah,
and also Case McFadden.
I still don't know what you see in that woman.
I don't understand what you don't see.
She's not hot.
Yes, she is.
She's on the opposite end of the hot spectrum when it comes to red. You know how there's two kinds of redheads? There's the really hot ones and there's the dog fucking ugly ones.
She was a dancer and had a dancer's body. It's incredible.
With no ass.
She has small white girl ass. I'm okay with that.
She has flat pancake ass.
No.
I'd still throw one in her. What's your problem?
Just saying. It's like, I don't know. There are better looking women on the Enterprise.
Flapperjack.
I don't know. Maybe I'm more of a Kalar dude. That woman had curves and she could fight.
Interesting. The doctor.
Yeah, the EMH, emergency medical hologram.
Yeah, the doctor on Voyager, that's a different case because he could improve himself by writing new subroutines and algorithms to improve his knowledge,
which he could do through practical experience, which he did many times.
Yeah, and he did innovate in his time. But also remember, he also has a level of precision that humans do not as a, I guess, holographic being.
Well, like I said, if you made a list of all the doctors in Star Trek, Pulaski'd be like 6, maybe 7 on the list.
We've done that list.
Characters.
We have done that list before on this show. That list has been done.
The Doctor would be high because I love that character. He starts off so unlikable, but then by the end, you like the hell out of him.
Yeah.
So,
It's funny too, because like first, say 3 seasons of DS9, I wouldn't rate Bashir at all because he's just kind of there, sort of being kind of annoying. Later on, though, when his character starts getting more depth, and even in the episodes that aren't Bashir centric, like the one where Nog loses his leg,
that episode.
Like, and he's just all professional. He is a doctor. He is doing triage. He is doing his job, and he is awesome in that.
I believe it. That's season 4.
Yeah,
and it's still Julian and not Shapeshifter Julian because they haven't switched the uniforms.
Yeah.
Yet. And we also don't know that he has. I think that is still basically genetic.
Finding out it's genetic.
Yeah. So that is great. And we have a joke on Wormhole Watch. I started it. It's like basically when Julian's going to do something dumb, I go, Julian, no.
Yeah.
Julian, no. So
I mean, he gets led around by Garrick, and he's got like puppy dog eyes for fucking O'Brien pretty much the whole time. And for Dax too, but like for these characters, and he's really only known for his relationship to his proximity even to these other characters. He doesn't really develop his personality until later seasons.
It's season 4 and beyond where he gets those 4, and then of course after the swap when he comes back, that's when Julian gets a lot more to do. Seasons 5 through 7.
Yeah. But the reason I brought up the one where Nog loses his leg is he that was one of the rare examples in that show where they showed Julian Bashir absolutely in his element. As a top doctor, and it was awesome, and it was beautifully played by I want to say Siddig Al-Fadil, but I think he changed his name like 6 fucking times.
I just call him Alexander Siddig. That's what I
call him.
That's what
but he did a fantastic job in that episode being the professional doctor that you almost never see with Julian because he's always like off in some flight of fancy in his head.
Although I do like, and that one's coming up in season 4, is when him and Garrick get trapped in the Hall Street program and everybody gets spliced in there because they were transporting same time. That's a great day in the life episode where where they're living out the fantasy and
James Bond or whatever.
It's essentially James Bond. I love that episode. That episode was great.
And I'm not saying I don't like Bashir. I've always liked Bashir.
Oh yeah, I know
he's
that.
A fun character. I just think that like you didn't watch the Bashir Garrick episodes for Bashir. You watched them for Garrick. Andrew Robinson was probably one of the absolute standouts of that whole series.
We're coming up on The Wire in a few weeks.
Ooh, yeah,
that one.
Also, Andrew Robinson starred in the original Hellraiser movie.
Yes, sir. There's I love Star Trek so much, and it broke my heart last week when Paramount Skydance announced, and here's coming more Star Trek, but it's JJ Trek Kelvin timeline. Ugh. Why?
Which means it didn't exist as far as I'm concerned. Fuck it.
It doesn't exist. Listen, Dukat is one of the greatest television villains of all time.
I would say so. Yeah, he's way up there.
Yeah.
Because there's, people are always talking about nuanced villains and they've got to have some depth, or we've got to be able to empathize with them, for them to be an effective villain, which I don't believe is true, by the way. But in that regard, he is a near perfect example of an extraordinarily nuanced character.
So complex. And so we have a thing in Wormhole Watch. Hitman, he's a Kardashian sympathizer. His shtick is they do not. And
should ask him how he feels about Jews.
We've got the thing. He despises Bajorans. He says Kira's ugly, this and that. Of course, I simp for Kira on the show.
God.
I mean,
Nana Visitor is fucking hot as shit.
Dude,
I don't know.
the tighter and
blind.
tighter those uniforms are going to get, it's glorious. All right, Nana
The
Visitor
prefect in the Mirror Universe. My God,
we're coming up in that. Okay, we're coming up in the episode. He has no idea what's about to happen, and we're going to. We said, dude, you have to be there for. You have to be there for mirrors. You have to be there. You have to be there. But here's the thing. So Brad and I talk in code a lot when we're doing the show, because Brad and I have seen this many times. He worships the ground the Cardassians walk on. He thinks he's only seen Gul Dukat a few times at this point. He thinks he's a great man. And we just go, well, there are so many things A to Z with Gul Dukat and Cardassian, and of course Z being Zial, his half Bajoran daughter. We are counting down the days to the moment when Hitman learns that Gul Dukat has a half Bajoran daughter.
Yeah,
that's glorious.
I hope he doesn't watch this show, because
he doesn't. Yeah. No, he doesn't. He doesn't watch the show. He doesn't watch it. No, we spoiled the shit out of somebody. Hitman does not watch the stream. Don't worry about it. No, we are counting the days to ZL. It's glorious.
Her mother obviously raped poor Gul Dukat. He didn't want it.
He hates it when I call him spoonheads. I say never trust a spoonhead.
Yeah.
Never just spoonhead. Don't.
I don't know. I like Ariel saying she wasn't a fan of Kira. I don't know why you wouldn't be, because she is a fantastic character. And I say this not just because she was hot, but because you're talking about a character who was a terrorist, a killer. And she is thrust into this almost ceremonial bureaucratic position, right? Because her side won.
Yeah,
right. And having to come to terms with the fact that she can't do things the old way anymore.
Yeah.
And that maybe there's some guilt there because she did some fucking awful things to get to where she is.
There's so many great episodes early on about that. So that's why I love DS9 so much, because it has so much character work done. Yesterday we just did the Odo episode where we get first intro of Dr. Mora, where he comes in and Odo transforms essentially into a sleepwalks as a zombie version of him being a shapeshifter and is lashing out. And the episode itself, rather meh, but it's an Odo episode. So every Odo episode is important because Odo is essentially a central figure to the entire DS9 lore. So every little bit of Odo lore you get is going to be important, especially when they're still dancing around changelings and the founders and all that kind of shit. So it's a meh episode. I gave it a 4 out of 5, but it gets those 4 points alone because it's Odo lore. And Rene Auger-Benoit, at that point, as we've said many times, if you guys watch he understands Odo at this point completely. Odo is a fully formed, living, breathing character, and Rene knew what to do with him. Unlike Avery Brooks, who was still being shackled at this point, not allowed to be Ben Sisko at all. Because Brad said it best last night. This episode was a perfect example of everybody else essentially just being NPCs in the episode, especially Sisko, just to kind of move the plot along so that we can move to a point. But once it gets going, I mean, we're still 7 weeks out from Blood Oath, which is just top tier. I've been waiting for that. That is top tier right there. That's when we're in the final episode of season 2, and everything's then there. You got Maquis part 1 or 2, where things get kicking off, and then
is that where Sisko chases off like Edwards with the fucking trilithium warheads? Was that
no, that's the beginning of the betrayal where Prince from Krull comes in and he's really Maquis, or it's the birth of the Maquis, and he betrays Sisko and he takes it personally, and Sisko's going to spend the next couple seasons essentially chasing him like Ahab chases Moby Dick, obsessed with capturing this guy for his betrayal of Starfleet.
Nice, Weasel.
Great. So
what's he I do like that episode, Ariel. That was a good one. I like Kira because her character, the Maquis, not the Maquis, her Bajoran, it almost feels like the IRA, right? Like that's what they were supposed to be based on, I think, was the idea of the IRA.
Kind of, yeah.
And so, yeah, I always thought that was a very cool character, but
well, the whole Bajoran
I get
thing
why
is,
she's not everyone's cup of tea.
like, her organization is certainly based on groups like the IRA, yeah, but her like the occupation and all of that stuff was based a lot more on the occupation
France.
of Poland.
But that's the thing. DS9, those first 2 seasons, they're rocky, but you get to the back half of season 2, it kicks in gear, and then of course season 3, we're off to the races. Right as soon as we start bringing out the real story, Ira Stephen Bear takes over, and suddenly the real story is in place because Berman went off to fuck around with Voyager, and Braga wasn't paying attention anymore at this point. So
yeah, Bear was really good for that show.
Yeah, and he so much so that once TNG was over, he brought over Ron D. Moore to write some stuff on occasion. So. And of course, and
took
they had
a lot of those stories and used them in later on when he did Battlestar Galactica.
Yep. But I mean, so DS9. That's why I will put DS9 over TNG as the best Star Trek television because of the character work, because of the interconnected stories, because of how deep it gets. It's not just in and out.
D-list characters get fucking character arcs. Right? I mean, what was the name of the Dabo girl, the one that marries
Lita.
Rom? Yeah, Lita. Lita goes from being a Dabo girl to being basically the queen of the entire Ferengi Alliance.
Rom
has an excellent fucking arc. You and I have spoken about this before. I think that Golda Meir has probably one of the single best character arcs in the series.
Yep. Even Nog.
Yeah, Nog was a hell of a well-written character.
One of the best. You mentioned it. After he loses his leg and comes back, he has a synthetic leg, a fake leg, and of course, Bashir says, "Yeah, with exercise and rehabilitation, it'll be great and normal like it always was." But he still thinks it's going to be a hindrance. But then he goes out to hide inside Vic's hotel in the the
Hall Suite.
What the fuck do you want? We're talking Star Trek.
Hey, Dermy.
What?
What? Fine.
Oh wait, you guys can't hear it.
Well, now we heard it.
No, we heard it.
We heard it.
Okay, just wanted to make sure
that
you
was
had
it.
that.
That was
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I'm only here to bother you guys for another 15 minutes before I start.
Well, we're almost done anyway. We're talking Star Trek, great stuff, and here you come ruining the rhythm, as usual.
Per usual.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway,
I mean,
what I was saying, Nog, when he takes the vacation to rehabilitation inside the Vic's Hall Suite program, that is such a good episode for so many ways because one, it's the mental healing for Nog, but then at the same time, Vic is like, wow, I feel like I'm alive. It's very similar to the Doctor in a way where, hey, I'm also kind of a living entity and I want to keep it running. Let's keep it running. And of course, Quark hates it because it's competition. But then it leads to one of the best episodes in season 7 where the mob comes in and tries to take over the hotel and casino. That's such a good episode.
Yeah, and they have to do like the Ocean's 11 thing.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. It's that is what it was like for DS9.
You're
they
a
could
dick,
take
Dermy.
a moment. I know, I can see what he's doing. I'm trying to that DS9 did what TNG couldn't. It managed to do day in the life episodes just for fun, like the baseball game against the Vulcans. That's just listen. She's finally forgotten about the whole banning thing, and here you are, like, oh, you're banned.
Rise up, fight back against your oppressor.
Rise up and fight back against him. I don't know. What did I do? I did nothing.
You brought me into this world.
Gross.
You made it sound like you're his butt baby or something. What the hell?
I
man?
know. I'm his streaming father, and it's horrible. I'm the only reason he streams. I gave him his break, and here we are, 3 years later, and I'm miserable because of him. What's up with you? What are you doing?
Nothing much, just relaxing, chilling out, dealing with a bunch of tards who like Hassan. So,
yeah, I saw that. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah.
Apparently, responding to 4 people means I'm going out of control when my whole comment section was filled with like 100.
Yeah, I got sick of reading that shit, man. I couldn't get through all of it.
Wait, no, I don't. What? So wait, so did like a Hassan Brigade come in there to cry at you?
Yeah.
Oh,
A massive amount of them. That video is downvoted, everything, and I'm just sitting here like, hey, you know what? It's engagement.
it is, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Downvotes still get you views.
It may be frustrating, but it is.
No,
a thing.
I thought it was hilarious, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Anyway,
Oh, shit, 26 downvotes to 5 likes.
I'm one of the likes. I hit the like button. I don't give a fuck about Hassan, but I gave you a like. So
Well, I know, because I know the actual people that aren't gonna just suck Hassan's dick are gonna be like, yeah, what you said was true.
Ariel, just go to his YouTube page. It's one of his latest videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, just go there.
And I'll talk Hassan more here.
Ariel's a double-edged sword. She's
a beautiful double-edged sword. Thank you very much.
How does Dom feel about that?
And Dom can cry in a corner. He
Wow.
can be pleased by Cloud.
Oh no, we are not bringing any of that degenerate shit in here. Even though I'm going to clip out my Reverend Rabbi Adam and put in the intro, we're not bringing that shit in here. No, none of that clussy crap.
I
Anyway.
wasn't gonna bring it in here. You just did.
No, yeah. Well, you mentioned Cloud, and that's what happened. All right, so let's end on this. Here's the trailer for the bad movie that Bug mentioned earlier.
Yeah, this was.
I'm waiting for it to load. Here we go. All right. So this will be the judge whether or not Sam will think this is trashy enough for him to like.
Dude, I just found out there's a Tubi original called Shark Side of the Moon. I am definitely watching that shit.
I didn't know Tubi had originals.
I didn't either. It's news to me.
Oh man. See, there's constantly Tubi going because my mom, all she does is watch Tubi now because it's an endless stuff of some things she's never seen or pointless shit that are just there to distract her. So once I showed her how to use it all, I signed her in on her own account. Happy. I don't have to worry about feeding her TV shows or movies anymore. She is very happy watching random shit on Tubi all the time.
Yeah.
I my brief Tubi experience, I didn't know they had that. I did not know. Okay,
it's a new thing as far as I know.
Okay. All right, so let me share audio. All superheroes must die.
Yep.
Okay, let's look at this. This will be the last thing we do. Jason Trost movie HD. Okay. 2013. That's a while ago.
Yeah, it was.
Everyone. So glad to see you could all make it out tonight.
All right, let's take a look at those costumes right there. Hold on. Yeah, that's some
yeah.
It's a kick-ass shit.
Terrible.
It just, yeah. Imagine my thought when I they gotta have cool powers or some shit, but they are depowered at the beginning of the fucking movie, and you don't even see their powers ever used.
It's a backpack. It looks
like kick-ass.
It's a regular backpack strap. That's a
the
woman.
One thing I only know is the guy in the green. His mask is only fucked up that way is because he actually has an eye patch, like IRL. He's got one eye.
All right.
Wait.
What?
He only has one eye IRL?
He's not like faking it. He actually has one eye. Like he wears an eye patch in public.
I guess we'll see it. We'll see it. We'll see it.
Rickshaw, your very best friend. I thought after the last time that we'd never see each other again.
I forget the name of that actor.
I guess I'm surprised
James
too.
Remar.
Yeah. He's pretty good in most things.
Oh yeah, he's fine.
Also,
yeah.
that blonde kid is a decent actor. He was in
He was Havoc in X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he also was the MacGyver reboot then too, which was good until it wasn't.
Here we are all again. Doing what we do best. I can't wait to introduce you to some of my other friends that you haven't met yet.
What is this?
That looks so bad but beautiful at the same time.
What is this?
The Zebra Man, obviously, and not played like a black guy.
It's a circus strongman.
Oh Lord! Well, you
And
watched
Uncle
it, so
Sam.
I liked Uncle Sam with a flamethrower.
Uncle Sam with the flamethrower. Let's go back to Uncle Sam with the flame. Oh, come on, there it is. Oh Lord.
Yeah, just.
I'm kind of digging it.
I knew you would. I knew you would.
I'm gonna see where this trailer goes, but I'm
Friends
kind
that
of
you
so
haven't met
far.
yet. The rules are incredibly simple. There are over 100 innocent civilians spread all across town, and they are rigged to various life-threatening devices. You play my game, you save their lives. You don't play, I kill them. You try to escape or forfeit, and the entire little shit town is rigged to blow.
So this is Saw with superheroes.
More or less. That's what he's like. That's what it turns out to be. You know, this whole gauntlet situation.
But no powers.
I like it.
But they have
No powers because they had powers. They go into. They described that they got exposed to something that gave them powers, but you don't see them. And like throughout most of the movie, it's all about them trying to handle the situation without powers, and it fucks with their heads because they're so used to having them. That's just ridiculous.
They couldn't afford to put the powers in since they did this on a freaking $37 budget.
Yeah, they spent their budget on getting Havoc and James Remar.
Yeah, that's fair. Look, so there is an interesting thing that you could do with this, like the idea that Superman is only Superman because he has his powers, which I don't believe to be true, but that is an argument that's been put out there. What happens if you take those powers away? Is he still selfless? Does he still do everything he can to save the innocent? That kind of thing. Like I don't hate the idea.
Well, the thing is like the one that has that full like brown like face mask on, his ability was he had like indestructible skin and he couldn't feel pain, and when a thing happens in the movie, like he freaks the fuck out because he's so not used to it happening to him. Mm-hmm. Like their abilities are not that cool. Havoc here, his ability was super speed. That was it. And the woman was invisibility.
Oh jeez. All right.
Oh well. So they weren't OP to begin with.
Why would you have?
I'd say like maybe one of the characters was OP, but the problem is you never really see them use their abilities, so you don't even get an idea what
they're any good with them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
What happened to using what we have to save people? We can't save everybody, man.
That looked cool.
We lose, we die.
What jumping out of the trampoline?
Sit down and point fingers at each other.
Yes.
Right now, if we slip up just once, he will find a way to kill us.
Oh god,
that's so bad it's good.
Fucking clickbaited the shit out of me in this movie.
So you watched it?
I of course I watched it. I told the story, Samuel. I went to Walmart at 2:00 in the morning with my dad, and he said, "Hey, go get a cheap $20 movie." And I went and looked through a movie. I saw the cover, and it looked cool because it had two of the characters in battle damaged superhero outfits. There was a city background, helicopters. It looked cool, and the title was interesting. So I bought it, and it was fucking awful.
Sucker for superheroes.
Look, man, I bought a couple of movies that way too that I regret owning, that I still own because they're in mediums I can't unload on anybody now. But,
yeah, porn is a perfect example of that.
No, I don't regret it.
I really like this one. The cover makes it look so appealing. Yeah.
I don't regret it. Porn. What I regret is like movies like Darkness Falls, right? Which absolute piece of shit. But I have it on VHS. Nobody's buying that shit. So.
I heard of that, Ariel. It got canceled real fast. I remember that one a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Why does it sound familiar?
It was the one about the children of basically Superman after he dies and them pretty much fucking up his legacy.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, that was that Netflix series that got canceled after one season.
Yeah, I never really cared for Jupiter's Legacy. I preferred Super Crooks because it was better.
All right, we are done. It's been about 2 hours.
And I was like, I don't want to talk about bad movies anymore. Shut up.
After being done watching,
well, these are fun bad movies.
That was it. We were literally done with that, and that was our last thing. I'm gonna wrap it up at 2 hours. Anyway, all right, let's go around the horn. Sarah Wells, Bug.
What I'm going to be doing besides making a video on that fucking god awful movie that clickbaiting me. I'm gonna vent my frustrations out on that. I've got about 10 years worth of a grudge on that fucking
Get
movie.
that $20 back.
I'm gonna get that $20 back out of it. Beyond that, you can find me on the Twitter and the YouTube, doing my usual autistic screeching about superhero stuff. Also working on my comic book, as always. Pages are still being drawn, promo art's still being made, hence the background. I don't have a proper moving background of Adam's favorite girl depowered, so I'll have to get that remedied.
Just because I don't like monster chicks, why is it gonna be a thing?
I'm trying to accommodate to the best of my ability, which is why I had her on as my background for the show.
I remember I like her in her depowered state.
I'm trying to.
Oh, that's what you meant. I thought you were.
I'm
I thought you were like, oh, I'm gonna make you look at the monster girls because.
Oh no! I'm trying to be accommodating, so I will try to get a depowered version, so that way when I'm on your show, I can accommodate. I want to accommodate any potential fans and buyers.
So is that why
I'll show you something you like, and you give me money.
So are you gonna have the Hellfire chick on my show? Because I like that one.
Probably it might be a coin flip.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, Devil.
Check me out. Make Me a Sandwich Wednesdays over on my channel. Check me out on the pub every Friday going into Saturday, and yeah, that's it.
All right. Stam.
Probably gonna start, obsessively streaming Liza P again after this episode. After we finish this show, I'm gonna go start one tonight, probably through Thursday, and then back on the regular schedule with Abyssal Musings Friday night, pub right after that, over on Devil's channel, and back over to mine for Screaming Into the Void Saturday, and probably hanging out. I think Amira will be going live Saturday night, so I'll be over there too. And then, the cycle starts over again. Since we're only doing this shit bi-weekly now, I guess I'll just, start gaming as soon as I get home next Monday.
Nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with that.
But yeah, so keep an eye out for that. Although next week, I will be doing a Whispering in the Dark because it's the end of the month. And not this coming Saturday, but the following one. And I'm not announcing who it is yet, but we do have a pretty good guest who is coming on the show. So
I will try to be there, but I can't make promises because of the time. So, especially because it's
on the 30th, people.
Yeah, and that's unfortunately that's going to be chat choice movie, so I can't push that off because the chat will have chosen it. And
Gal's not going to be there for it either. She's going to be in like fucking Thailand or some shit.
She's whatever. I don't understand that.
She's mad at me about that.
Thank you.
When isn't she mad at us these days?
Right.
Yeah. All right, Dermy, you got a stream right now. I'm set up to raid you on that one. So promote it. Go ahead.
Hi, if you can hear me, my whole system freaked
I
out
hear you.
there for a minute. Okay, whatever. Anyways, I'll be over on my channel here. I'm already 2 minutes late, but hey, it is what it is. We got stuff to talk about. I got some VTuber stuff. I got some Hassan shit. I'm just gonna chill out. If I get to it, I'll finally finish up Red Dead 2. If not, I still gotta finish up Red Dead 2. But that's my plan. Oh, and Melees are on Ball Busters.
Oh, so we're gonna lose our minds this week. Okay.
Yeah, we're probably going to come back to the Clussy.
Oh, that reminds me. I found a new video I got to show Kay. She's still mad at me about the Garfield one, but I found a new one.
Anyway, as for me, as I said, when we're done here, it's going to shove you guys over to Dermy's stream. Rest of the week, we'll see what happens. Tomorrow is Tuesday. I know they're planning stuff. I just don't know what. Well, tomorrow night, we're going to try and game. I know Prof has lined up a new game. Probably won't do it tomorrow night, but at some point. Whatever. Anyway, thank everybody for joining us tonight. We always appreciate you hanging out. Best way to do that is to subscribe, hit the like button, and we appreciate your support as always. Good night, everybody.
Bye.